Alright guys, welcome back. CFP here, and this is Survival Living. So today's video, global warming, Green New Deal, all this stuff is a money scam. Alright, I want you to follow me on this. First off, I'm going to talk about Mr. Bill Gates there. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say his name on this platform. Just did an article, should be popping up there for you guys, about how everybody, especially the rich countries, need to be going to synthetic meats. Now, synthetic meats, in case you didn't know what that is the lab-grown meat. They do a they do a muscle cell biopsy on a live animal, about the size of a peppercorn, and then they grow in a lab the meat tissue, the fat tissue, and then make your wonderful burgers, steaks, whatever. They're talking about using this with chickens, pork, yeah. So, with this information, did a little digging around, and I've talked about this on this channel several times because I don't like people playing with my food. If anybody's going to play with their food, it's going to be me, and I used to get in trouble for that. When it comes to lab-grown meat, you got to chase down the money. All right, who's investing in these companies? Now, I've talked about, we got congressmen, congresswomen, other political structures, and other big shakers, money makers that have been dumping a lot of investment in this. They are all part of the socialist agenda, the communist agenda here in our country. They want to control your food. They want to control what you are going to eat. No, that's not freedom. That's being controlled on what we get to have. So let's go ahead and talk about some pros and cons and facts for you. Well, the hashtag AOCs out there blame most of the greenhouse emission on cow farts. So they say 10% of the greenhouse emissions that are affecting our world is caused by agriculture. It's not just cow farts. It is the equipment, the emissions that are coming off of equipment, things like that, transportation. They're actually taking the whole line when they say 10%. It's not just in the field that they're adding all this up to. They're also trying to figure in trafficking as far as moving things from the field to slaughterhouses to vehicles, all that stuff. So that's how they get their big number. It's not that big of a number, guys. It's not. I mean, I don't believe it. I don't believe anything they say. All right, let's go ahead and say that they're really worried about the environment. Let's go ahead and give them that. They're really worried. So I decided to do a real quick search. Did you know that private planes cause 4% of the aeronautical pollution? Private planes alone. Who rides private planes? Who does everything private? But they have to have a whole entourage of stuff to make something happen for them. The rich people, the people pushing policies. Now, just a real quick search, I looked up to see the pollutants as far as country-wise. America supposedly creates 11% of the pollutants that are affecting the world due to greenhouse gases. Yeah, you'll see me do this a lot because most of this is complete horseshit. All right, so I decided to go ahead and take a look at who the biggest is. China. China's the biggest pollutant as far as greenhouse gases. But no one's trying to force anything on these guys. No, it's okay. They can just keep on dumping whatever they want to. But we're actually one of the cleanest countries out there, and we're the one that's facing more and more taxation and more government involvement in our personal lives on what we can eat, what we cannot do. Hey, don't believe me? Just take a look at the pandemic. I mean, scamdemic, excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah. Shut down the whole world for a bug that had less than 1% kill ratio. Less than 1%. Is there a bug? Absolutely there is. Of course there is. The death toll that they're throwing at everybody? No. No. So another thing I want to throw at you guys. Everybody's so eco-friendly, except they're going to make you pay for it. For their eco-friendly warrior crusade they're doing. Did you know, should be a pop-up there, that every time we launch a space shuttle, that's including satellites, all this stuff has to go through a space shuttle. We are dumping tons of carbon dioxide that is sitting up in our atmosphere. Yeah, but they're real quick to launch rockets, but they're really worried about the environment. So, how do they combat? Remember, I said it's all a scam. How do they combat global warming? Well, one, control on you, tell you what you can and cannot do, which isn't going to make any difference, especially when they are selling carbon tax credits and trading carbon tax credits. So, real brief thing on carbon tax credits for you guys. You can definitely check it out. Basically, the government comes in, gives a company an allotment on how much pollution they are allowed to produce that year. If they go over it, they'll get fined. Heavy fine. Or they can trade carbon emission allotments or auction with other companies and receive extra allotments or purchase extra carbon allotments. So basically, we're saying you're causing too much pollution here in this country, but for a price, you can continue to do it. But they care about the country. This is all a money scheme. Every single bit of this is money and control. This whole global warming crap. Now, do I believe in a form of global warming? I believe in climate shift. That's what I believe in. Our world has seen it naturally many times during the creation of this planet. The big difference is we are here now and we're seeing the effects. It doesn't matter if you're spraying a can of hairspray. You're not killing the environment. What's killing the environment, if you want to go pollution wise, is the tanker ships loaded down with trash, barges. I shouldn't say tanker, the barges loaded down with trash and take it out to the ocean and they dump it. That's pollution. Don't worry guys, I'm not Greenpeace or anything else like that. I'm just an old country boy that likes to be out in the woods that finds soda bottles, plastic bags, everything 100 miles deep. Out in the woods, 100 miles from any city, yet I'm finding beer can holders for a 6-pack. I'm finding plastic bags. You know how far a plastic bag goes, the little shopping bags? Once they get in the air, they take off. They'll go for miles. So yeah, if they want to fight global warming, pollution, they need to start at the top first. That means your buddies that open up their company, congressmen, other bigwigs, and you're making excuses and getting them little weasel way out while they're just dumping crap in our rivers, in our ocean. That's the issue. All this Green New Deal crap, it's a money scheme. That's all it is. They are packing more of your dollars in their bank accounts. Really interesting how somebody can go into Congress, governor, usually it's Congress, but you know, governors, senates and stuff, they might be worth, you know, $100,000. Let's just say they're worth $1 million. 4 years later, they're worth $10 million. How does that happen? Oh, well, they got great financial advisors. They're investing. No, they're not. They're getting paid off. Every single bit of this is getting paid off. This lobbyist stuff, they need to do a IRS check on every single political figure in our country. And it needs to be a mandatory thing. If you're doing shady shit, you need to be wrote up for treason. Because you're working against our country for your own endeavor. You're supposed to take this position to better the country, to help regulate the laws. Not come up there and create new laws because you think that you need to be making new laws to pass on people. You guys ever notice that? They brag about how many new laws they've brought in. Dude, we don't need any more laws. We got enough of those. What you need to do is start regulating the old laws. You need to start working on the country, not trying to figure out how to screw over Americans, get more control over them, and still make more money. All right, guys, so that's my rant for today. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later.